Hi, I'm Lee Hawes. You're watching Classic Hunts.
Hunt. To pursue with the intent to capture. Classic. Traditional. Enduring. It is with these words that we venture into the past. Today, Buffalo Arms and Turnbull Restoration present Classic Hunts with Lee Hawes. Come join the buffalo hunter on an historical hunting journey from the Americas to Africa and Asia. Experience all the world of hunting has to offer with the men, machines, and methods that tamed the wild more than a century ago. Classic Hunts with Lee Hawes is brought to you by Buffalo Arms, outfitters to the Old West. Turnbull Restoration, preserving history, one gun at a time. Shoots in black powder, only the best in world-class black powder. Lone Star Rifle Company, doing one thing and doing it best. Wool Power, when going indoors is not an option. And Hawes Ranch Outfitters, adventure is our business.
Welcome to Classic Hunts with Lee Hawes. This week, Lee and Dave Gullo of Buffalo Arms are back in South Africa with Mark Whitehead Safaris. Last week, Lee took a warthog, and Dave got to harvest a warthog and a kudu. This time around, Mark will have the guys chasing red hartebeest and mountain reedbuck. You'll see that getting close enough for a good shot with open sights is no easy task. Thank you for joining us. Now sit back and enjoy another classic hunt.
Every day, warthog go down to a waterhole. Not so much to drink, but also to wallow. And that wallowing is an important part of their everyday life. Because by wallowing, they cake themselves with that mud, and it kind of gets hard. And they come and wrap on. You can see how they wrap themselves even while it's wet. And that kind of gets a lot of parasites off them. So it's important for daily parasite control. I see.
Fascinating rocks. These dolerite rocks here. This is a reef that runs clean through our property, and we commonly call these rocks red ironstone. A very high metal content.
It runs clear through your property, and what? How wide of 100 meters?
100 yards. Yeah.
100 yards.
About 100 yards. This is it.
It looks like some giants were playing with some rocks and just left them all laying in one pile.
I think geologically, so this was just upliftment where this narrow strip just emerges out of nowhere.
Yeah. You're watching Classic Hunts. You're in Africa with Mark Whitehead, Lee Hawes, Biwan, and Roxy. Stay with us for more after these messages.
Live the experience with North America's premier authentic outfitter to the Old West, Buffalo Arms. Whether you're suiting up to reenact an historical battle or challenging yourself with a hunt reminiscent of our forefathers, Buffalo Arms has the clothing, the gear, the firearms, and shooting supplies to make it real. Shop online today at www.buffaloarms.com. Buffalo Arms, outfitters to the Old West.
When you're hunting or competing, make every shot count with Schutzen. Schutzen Black Powder. Our top-of-the-line, muzzle-loading cowboy action black powder. Unmatched in today's market. Our Swiss Black Powder is produced in small batch sizes, ensuring consistency with every load, every time. Preferred by national and international competitors around the world. The powder of choice at the world's muzzle-loading competition. If you demand consistency in your black powder, demand Schutzen. Only the best in world-class black powder.
I'm Lee Hawes. You're watching Classic Hunts. The rifle I'm using on this hunt is an 85 model, 30-40 Craig caliber, high wall, single shot rifle. It's got octagonal barrel, 30-inch barrel. It's a pretty good shooter. A 30-40 Craig is an old round developed in about 1892 to 1895, the very first military round, but since then it was used in a lot of civilian areas. I'm using a 220 grain round nose bullet, and hopefully we'll get some game with it.
Roxy's her Jack Russell Terrier, and she thinks she's 10 foot tall and bomb-proof.
I'm not sure I even hit him.
There was a pretty good show with Dave's warthog yesterday. Yeah. Tenacious little dogs.
Huh?
You're watching Classic Hunts with Lee Hawes. Mark Whitehead Safaris. Stay with us for more of these messages.
Okay, you're looking at a kudu track here. That's a female. It's a sharp pointed hoof. And this one over here, you can see it's got a slightly rounded shape to the front of the hoof here. And that's a bull. Hence the traveling looking for cows. They kind of wear their hooves in a more rounded shape.
It's not a very big track for a big animal.
It's a very small track for such a large animal.
You know, one of the things most important, you hear about hunting in South Africa, and people think, oh, those are ranches, you know, and like it's a tame deal or something. It's not like that at all. There's ranches, just like there's ranches in the Intermountain West of the U.S. that there's elk on, white-tailed deer and things. But this is one of the hardest stalks I've ever done. You know, these animals kind of get more people don't know about them, Mark. They just don't know what kind of stalk and all that, you know, these mountain reed buck. Because they don't have huge racks like a caribou or something great big. But my goodness, they're a little target, and they're tough to sneak up on.
But there are a lot of warning signals out there. Baboons have been harassing us all day.
Yeah, the voice you've heard probably in the audio sounds like an old man hollering, "Who?" Those are baboons.
And
Hey, that's a mountain reed buck. Don't let anybody kid you. This is a tough hunt. Any animal that their name starts with mountain, you're going to be doing some walking and climbing mountains. You're watching Classic Hunts of Lee Hawes, Mark Whitehead Safaris. Stay with us for more after these messages.
Over 20 years of honoring gunmakers' traditions. Over 15,000 firearms accurately restored. Doug Turnbull Restoration has the knowledge, skill, and keen eye for detail that can restore your vintage firearm to its original condition and preserve the history it represents. Our bluing, case color hardening, and restoration methods and techniques are all derived from manufacturer specifications that have been in place for over 100 years. Doug Turnbull Restoration, where firearms history comes to life.
Hawes Ranch Outfitters. Hawes Ranch Outfitters. Hawes Ranch Outfitters.
Well, you know, what looks like across this chasm like about a 200-yard stroll isn't. We got to drop down, 100 feet or something? Drop down into the bottom of this thing and climb back up, right? To get over to where he's at.
yeah,
All right, well, we got to get headed over there because the light's fading, and in this cut, it's going to get darker fast. You can see the shadows stretching that way, so let's head on over there.
get some pictures before sun goes
Yes.
down. Well done, Aaron. Roxy's beside herself once again. You shot him in the guts here, eh?
Mark, this is a mountain reed buck, correct?
Correct.
Tell me about these animals. I mean, it was an awesome stalk. I mean, we've been all day into this real mountainous terrain, trying to get close enough to make a shot with an iron-sighted single-shot rifle. Tell me some more, about what these animals. They're not very big, body size either, are they?
No, they're only about 30 pounds.
Just because this animal doesn't have a rack like a reindeer, don't discount him, because this has been a heck of a hunt. This little guy,
You start to think about an animal 30 pounds. I mean, shoot, I got dogs bigger than this guy, you know, as far as trying to hunt him in this kind of mountainous terrain and everything.
He's wild and woolly, a very alert little animal, and one that we have a lot of trouble with foreigners just trying to see them because they're extremely well camouflaged. I mean, they look like these rocks, and often we've taken a shot and allowed whack, not the impact on the animal, but a rock. Very aggressive by nature. It's a common occurrence for the males to kill each other, and hence in a herd of mountain reedbuck there's always only one male. Very seldom is there a second male anywhere near. And we shot this mountain reedbuck from 150 yards, and every little crack on a stick they could hear us. So pretty alert. The hearing's pretty good.
Pretty alert, pretty alert. Well, you've been watching Classic Hunts with Lee Hawes. See you next week for more Classic Hunts.
Classic Hunts with Lee Hawes is brought to you by Buffalo Arms, outfitters to the Old West. Turnbull Restoration, preserving history, one gun at a time. Schutzen Black Powder, only the best in world-class black powder. Lone Star Rifle Company, doing one thing and doing it best. Wool Power, when going indoors is not an option. And Hawes Ranch Outfitters, adventure is our business.